My client is a 20-year-old female who weighs about 140 pounds, and of that 140 pounds, based on bioelectrical impedance, she has about 44% body fat, and she's also about 150 centimeters tall. And we discussed some health goals that she wants to achieve. So, the first one she wants to achieve is she wants to increase her nutrient intake in order to stay more full throughout the day and for a longer period of time. So, how we're going to do this is she's going to add more fruits, vegetables, and proteins to her meals to increase her intake of more nutrient dense foods while also removing or substituting out some of those foods that increase her fat intake. Because we're going to be adding more food to her diet, she's going to increase her caloric intake from around 1,500 calories to about 2,000 calories. So, for example, on her first day of eating, she consumed around 1,400 calories, and of that 1,400 calories, about 190 grams was carbs, about 58 grams was fat, and about 48 grams was protein. And specifically for lunch on that day, she consumed some ramen noodles and hard boiled eggs. And my recommendation, because that spice packet in the ramen noodles has a lot of sodium and is where a lot of that fat content is coming, my recommendation is that she would cut out that spice packet, use some of her own household spices, and then also add some more protein and vegetables to that to make it a more balanced meal. Her second goal is that she really wants to increase her muscle mass while also reducing her fat mass. And the best way that we decided for her to do this would be to participate in a combination exercise workout regimen. So this is going to be a combination of both aerobic and weight training activity. And what this is going to look like is for 5 days out of the week, she's going to do aerobic exercise at a moderate intensity, which is going to be walking on the treadmill or cycling with no incline or no resistance for about a half hour. And then, coupled with that aerobic exercise on every other day, she's also going to participate in some moderate intensity weight training activity. And this is going to look like a lot of repetitions with minimal weight. And some of these exercises are going to include lat pull downs, barbell or dumbbell squats, a weighted ab circuit, and also some bench press. And she's going to do that for about 3 to 4 weeks. And then after that, she's going to continue to work out for 5 days, but she's going to move it to a shorter intensity or a shorter duration, but higher intensity. So instead of walking on the treadmill or cycling for a half hour, we're going to cut that down to 15 minutes, and she's going to add an incline or add resistance depending on if she's walking or cycling. And then for her weight training, she's going to continue to do the same exercises, but she's going to do a smaller number of reps and increase the weight. Not only is she going to have to progress through this workout regimen, but because she wants to reduce that fat mass, she's going to have to be in a caloric deficit. So we determined that she is burning about 700 calories a day, but with her new exercise program, she's going to add about another 400 calories to that, meaning she's going to be burning about 1,100 calories daily. And with her new diet having her consume around 2,000 calories, we're also going to cut that by 200 calories. So that means for the week, she's going to reduce her caloric intake by about 1,400 calories. As I stated in the beginning, she has about 44% body fat, and she wants to reduce this to 40%. And in order to do that, she has to lose 10 pounds. So if it takes about 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound, it would take my client about 2.5 weeks to do that, and then a total of 6 months to burn her 10-pound goal. And then the last thing she really wants to do is have a consistent workout schedule. So after doing her initial conditioning and progression phases in the gym, we're going to move towards a maintenance schedule. So this is going to look for her going to the gym about 3 times a week. And each day she's going to do both weight training and aerobic exercise. So for the first week, she'll do that moderate intensity regimen for a longer duration and lower intensity. And then the next week, she'll bump up to that more vigorous intensity by cutting time and adding repetitions and weight. And then the following week, she'll actually increase a little bit more, but that week after, she'll go back to her moderate intensity regimen. And the whole purpose of this is to progressively overload her muscles to gain some muscle mass, but also allowed her body to recover and rest after doing more intense workouts. And this is what we decided would be the best thing for her to achieve her goals. Thank you.